Salam, salam. Inshallah, everyone is doing well. So I got to thinking recently, I'm always talking about books. I always take pictures for you from the library, or I talk about the books that I'm reading. In my weekly email, I have a section on that. And then twice a year, I have the email Tarek's Marginalia, in which I talk about sort of some of the books that I'm reading, and I kind of encourage you to read as well. So I thought, well, maybe it would make sense to give you guys, these little visits from the library, in which I can show you some of the books that I have. I can show you some of the books that I have that I think are beautiful to look at. I can show you some of the books that I have that I think are important to have, that have impacted me. Not all of them, of course, are Islamic. Some of them are literature, books from my childhood. And I thought from time to time we can do this sort of informally. I have no notes in front of me, it's just me to you. And I hope that you like this format. And because this is the first of this type of videos, I thought we would start with the first book. Let's start with the Mus'haf, with the Quran. Now, when I began my journey to study Islam, of course, part of that journey is the importance of having a relationship with the Quran, and part of that relationship is about memorizing the Quran. So one of the things about that is that very early on, you're going to get wedded to one Quran. So this is the Quran that I've always read from. Not this actual one, this is maybe my third or fourth, but this is the famous Quran of Medina, that has the 15 lines on each page. Each page starts with a verse and ends with a verse, so on and so forth. And each juz is about 20 pages. So the issue is I'm stuck with this. Like I can't not read from this. When I want to read something, review, memorize, whatever, I have to have this. And that's why I have a couple of copies with me in case this goes bad. I mean, you can see that this has some wear and tear on it. And this has been frail a little bit. But that doesn't stop me from enjoying finding other masahif that are beautiful. I mentioned recently that I went to the Cairo Book Fair, and I came across this gorgeous, gorgeous Quran that I wanted to share with you. It's actually so gorgeous that I had to get it in both colors, the green and the brown. I'm going to show you this one because I've opened this. This I have not opened, so I'm going to put it to the side. And this is printed by the Meknaz, which are the people that print the hadith books that I read from. Maybe in another video I'll talk to you about the hadith collection I have, which is very important to me. And all their work is just spectacular. So when I saw it, it's very affordable. And when I saw it, I was like, I got to get it. And then I went back a second time. I was like, okay, let me get the second color. So the first thing I want to show you is, you can see the cover and the calligraphy, the gold foiling on the front and on the spine and in the back, right? It's beautiful. However, what you're also going to notice, maybe it's hard for you to tell, but this outline is the verse. And on the bottom it says, لا يمسه إلا المطهرون, that only those that are pure will touch the Quran. So that level of details is beautiful. And then it has two bookmarks. And the bookmarks have the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah. Hopefully you can see it. Maybe it's kind of hard when I'm self-recording these things, but you'll see it. Hopefully you can see it, or you can try to make it out. And the reason this is impactful, because you'll notice that when you read the Quran, I have one bookmark, but then I also have a second, because you're either, you have a wird of reviewing. You're always reviewing the Quran from the beginning to the end, so you got to keep going. So that's one bookmark. But then you're like looking something up or rememorizing a page or a section, and you got a second bookmark. So for me, this was like, oh my God, this was meant for me. It's already built in to the print. And then I want to just show you. Oh man, it's just really beautiful. So you can see that it follows the same 15 lines, which is called Dar Knar, which is an Ottoman sort of invention of how the Quran is printed. It starts with one verse and ends with one verse. And you can see how the voweling is blue in the verses, and you can see how there's that red motif background on each page. And then let's just turn to like the opening, right? Al-Quran, look at that. Look how beautiful that is in the opening page. And then, of course, again, you flip it one more page and look at that. I mean, that's just, isn't that stunning? I mean, this is so gorgeous. And then here's the opening Fatiha and the first 5 verses of Al-Baqarah, in which, usually we flex the illumination and the beauty of the pages, okay? And then And then from there it kind of goes on. But whenever you have like the hizb mark or a fourth of a hizb, I mean, you'll have the illumination on the side and you'll have the markings inside the page. I mean, it really is unbelievable. It's really just like a work of art. And then check this out. So here's a page in which you move from Surah Al-Waqi'ah to Surah Al-Hadid. So look how the surah, how they illuminate the transition of the surah. And I mean, look, this is the beginning of a juz, of juz 29. Look at the beginning of the juz, the design, the beginning of the surah. You know, these designs here. You can see the red background and then the blue vowels. And, you know, it just got me thinking about beauty. You know, and this is like the last page of the Mus'haf. And what's so beautiful about this is that, look, it has a certification from al-Azhar. This is called the Azhar Mus'haf. It was commissioned by the Azhar. So this is the Azhar logo and the stamp certifying it, which means that like a whole team of ulama, you know, sat and checked this out and made sure that it was correct. But I mean, it got me thinking, it's just so beautiful. This Mus'haf, these two copies that I got, actually motivated me to make this video and this whole series, because since I got them from the book fair, I've been sitting there looking at them, and I'm like, okay, I have a small cabinet over here to the side that has doors, and only a few books I can put there. Most of the books, as you see, are exposed. And I was like, you know, this is so valuable, this is so beautiful, I'm going to put it there. And I keep staring at it because I sit here and I'm looking, you know, out this way and I see the Mus'haf, and I wanted to share it with you because I think beauty is important with books. And you know, this is beautiful too, by the way. It's just smaller. But I mean, the way that it's written, you know, the Taha Uthman, calligrapher, it's very easy for the eyes to read, and the blue color is beautiful. And I think it's important that we make our books look nice. And I think that the more the book looks nice, the more you're going to want to read it, honor it, and cherish it. In this case, this happens to be the Mus'haf. Now, I have some books, let me tell you, they're not nice. They're hideous, astaghfirullah al-azim. And they're like the most important books in Islamic sciences. But, you know, Allahu jamilun yuhibbul jamal. Allah is beautiful and He loves that which is beautiful. And this is just really, honestly, like a work of art. And I can't wait till Ramadan rolls around, inshallah. We're just a few weeks away from Ramadan, and I hope that maybe I can spend some time reading a little bit in it, because you don't want to get a Mus'haf in your collection or in your house and then leave it. You don't want to be in the habit of just collecting them and collecting dust, even if you just look at it like I am right now. Or maybe I'm going to read Surah Yasin from it and whatnot. But it's just such a beautiful work of art. I'm so happy that I have it. And I hope that you enjoyed this little kind of change of pace for me. It's a little informal, a little bit more intimate. Let me know in the comments if you like these kind of videos. And I'll see you maybe back again sometime when we can do a little dip into the library. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.